If your business isn't growing fast enough, I know exactly why that is. And by the end of this video, I'm going to show you what that is and how to fix it. Look, my name is Shan and I've built my own business, Genflow, all the way from zero in 2016. It only took 14 months to hit $1 million. And ever since then, we have grown year after year after year, all the way to $25 million last year. And so far in 2026, we're having our best year ever. So in this video, I'm going to be giving you the 7 exact things you need to be doing when it comes to growing your business. And as I go through them, make sure you have your notes ready and you can start implementing this in your business. So by the end of this video, you will have clarity on how you can scale. The very first thing and the most important is that growth actually has to be built in to your business. This is the number one thing that I see with founders that are early in their journey, is that you are only the person thinking about growth. You don't discuss the numbers with your team. You don't even talk about growth, and you're handling all of that by yourself. That is the first mistake. What you need to be doing is actually speaking to your team about how are we going to grow. This is what you need to do. Add in a weekly call at a minimum, or it could even be a daily stand-up for 15 minutes where you're going to come into that call and you're going to be like, guys, how are we growing the business? And that's going to give you actual time to make things happen. And that is a way to force it to actually make it happen in your business. So on these calls, what are you meant to do? You should be actually talking about ideas. We're not getting enough leads. How are we going to solve that? We don't have any social media content. How are we going to solve that? We don't run ads. How are we going to solve that? No one responds to our outreach. How are we going to solve that? So you're actually making your company's problem, your team's problem, to help you solve it together. So it's not just a thing that is your responsibility. So growth has to be a team responsibility. And that is the number one thing to fix if you aren't growing today. Secondly, you cannot be scared to spend your time. And I'll explain. So most people, if you are making less than 100K per month, you'll just be so afraid of, I don't want to do something that I'm not getting paid for. I don't want to spend this time I have, essentially, which is money. It's actually the opposite. What you need to be doing is you need to spend the time. If you have a sales call, spend way longer to prepare for it than you need to. Make designs, put things together. That is ultimately how I grew Genflow so fast, $1 million in 14 months, and it's been multi-7 figures ever since, because we never go cheap when it comes to putting in effort, which you don't get paid for, but you get paid for later. So the more you spend up front, the more money you'll make afterwards. That is the key. I have flown to different countries to close clients. I have made a mobile app, made websites. Now it's like AI tools. Like, I'm doing whatever I can. So someone's like, whoa, and I have to work with this company. So the more you spend, the more you'll make. But that is the opposite of what you think today, right? Because you want to put the least amount of effort. You don't even want to send a custom loom. Forget a custom presentation, a custom deck, a custom design, because it's not worth your time. You need to spend more and be prepared to spend more if you want to grow your business, because that's how it works. You know why? Because no one does it. So if you're the person doing it, you're going to have way more chances to grow than everybody else. The third thing is ultimately your culture. If you are not growing today, I guarantee it's because the way you operate and the way you are, even as a leader, manager, etc. Unfortunately, it does have to come from you. You have to lead from the front and support from behind. So the way that works in practice is the following. No, you don't need a company mission statement, a values thing. You don't need to give free drinks or go out for food. It's not that stuff. The thing that's really going to help is who is the one who's leading the actual thing from what are we going to do? That clarity is what people need. If your team is underperforming today, or you're not growing as fast enough and the team is doing well, it's because you are not setting the standard of what is the requirement. And that is not telling your team what to do. It's you doing it in front of them. So one of the best things that I do, I will put a call together. I just did this 2 nights ago. We're hosting our next big webinar for Credit College. I'm like, guys, let's get on a call and make an idea together. And you know what? I'm the one who's going to drive the pen, meaning I'm the one sharing my screen. I'm the one making notes in front of everybody. I'm the one asking them for ideas and I'm writing it down, right? I'm the CEO, but it doesn't matter. I am the team player that's leading from the front. Be like, guys, come on, let's come up with hooks. Oh, I've got one here. If you're a coach who's not making, 100K per launch, I know exactly why that is. Whatever, right? So I'm coming up with hooks live on that call, which is then, you know what that's doing? It's enabling everybody to input. But imagine if I jumped on the call saying, guys, where's the plan? It's not good enough. The plan should already be done because, I'm the big CEO, right? I'm too good, But no, you got to take part. You have to be a player manager, not just a manager. That is the key. That is the key. With 150 people today, we're doing $3 million a month. I am still the player manager. You cannot just be the manager. And if you think you're just going to be the manager and manage people and speak down to people, you're never going to scale. And that is what's happening today, because I guarantee you have some freelancers, probably got a couple of employees, maybe a team of 10, 15, and you're not scaling because you don't know how to play or manage. So it's very, very important. You got to lead from the front and participate and actually get everybody together. So together you are workshopping, you are brainstorming, and that's going to create this thing of culture and how you win. And that is essentially how it's done. So start implementing that and see how that helps your business. The next one, it's all about content. And yes, because content is king, because attention is king, because distribution is king, because if no one knows who you are and you're a ghost online, you are never going to grow. No matter how your personal philosophy is, I don't want to be the face because then I'm not going to be able to sell my business, or something else that you made up in your head is just not true. So the truth is, how can you make that simpler for yourself, right? How can you do that? So one of the things to fix in your business would be is get your team to help you with the things you actually do, so they send that to you. For example, if you're amazing at email and SMS, tell your team to share what they actually did, because that will give you ideas to create content, right? So you need to simplify it. It's ultimately a thing that needs to be broken down. When can you film? Cool, I'm going to film on Tuesdays. That means I need scripts by the Friday before. Do I have someone to help me with that? If not, I need to hire. Or can someone in the team do that for me? Or can I get Claude to do it? But I need the transcripts from every single thing, from every single call ever, and all our insights, all of this. The point is, you have to fix and create a content distribution system within your business if you want to scale 2026 and beyond. There are no more excuses. There's no more, no. I was on a call the other day and the guy goes to me, yeah, Shan, I just want to get clients to come to me and I only want to be through ads. I was like, right. It doesn't work like that, right? You can't just say, that is the way I want to do it. No, business is so hard that you need to let it happen, right? You actually got to try, do stuff, and then you're going to succeed. You cannot have this prescribed way because of some weird made up excuse in your head. So no, fix that mentality, fix content distribution, and you'll be able to scale. Number 5, you have to look after your people. And what does that mean? It means you have to pay people more than just their salary. If you ever want to scale, you ever want to grow, you ever want to have a team which feels like a team and you're doing shit, you're going to have to pay people on performance. You're going to have to pay people on a percentage based on what they drive, based on the profit, etc. So the more open you are about the business, the more accountability and transparency you give to your team, the more they will succeed. My business scaled really fast because of this number one thing, because it was clear. Like, guys, we're working extremely hard. I get it. A lot of sacrifice. But when this thing launches and then you do 500,000, you get this, you get this, you get this. And that changes everything. It changes the way people believe in themselves, the way people react to stuff. All of a sudden, when the girlfriend's like, hey, why'd you keep working? It's like, yeah, because I'm about to make 50K. Do you want to go away? Let me do this. I'm going to take you away. Everything changes. Your goals and their goals ultimately are aligned. And it does come down to money and fulfillment and what they're truly doing. So you have to look after your people so they win with you. So come up with a performance bonus for them, come up with a percentage share. Either that's just through what they look after, it could be the whole business, etc. The more you do that, the more you'll grow. It's as simple as that. The idea of you're going to take all the money, just pay people flat fees is never going to work. Almost in every single business that I run today, in my portfolio of businesses, we have this philosophy, and every single time it works. The next one is acquisition strategy. So no matter what business you're in, whether you're signing clients or you're getting customers, in either scenario, you need to have a strategy. So I'll give you an example. For my business Genflow, I must have a strategy in place to sign clients, right? It cannot be luck. It has to be a plan. It means we have to outreach a certain amount of people to get a certain amount of responses, to get a certain amount of calls. And from those calls, we're getting a certain amount of sales, right? That is a process. And I'm selling a service. Another business of mine, Credit College, we're selling a consulting offer. So we run ads, people come to a webinar, X% people buy, and then we have to make sure they stay and don't get refunds and disputes. And then the end result. That's called a process. Similarly, for my business Newtonic, which is behind me, these cans, Same thing. It's a brand. It's a physical product. We need an acquisition strategy. What do? We run ads, we do socials, we do events, we're doing founder content. All of that leads to more sales. Then we need upsells, more subscribers, less churn, etc. So if you're not scaling, the truth is you probably don't have a well-oiled strategy. You have a lot of ideas. You have a lot of like personal things you would like to do, but you're not focused on the finer details and actually having a strategy that you're trying to implement, trying to make work, and you're optimizing and you're learning, because that is the most important thing. Look, the very last thing is self-belief. And this probably, I left it to the last one because it's the biggest thing when it comes to scaling a business ever. Look, there was a time, even though I've done well in my business journey, I didn't think I was good enough. And that is the truth. I always thought I have to hire someone, something has to happen, there has to be something which is going to lead me to grow. When all in all, I always had the skill. So like actually believing how good I am and thinking I can do anything. When my mind like went to thinking like that, it started to change. So it's like, why can't we do a big webinar and get 100,000 people watching? Why can't I start a business like Teutonic and we're on track to build a $100 million plus business there, which is insane. Why can't I do all these things? I was thinking like, but why can't I? Like, why can't I? Why can't I build a personal brand whilst I'm running a massive business? Of course I can, right? So that self-belief, it's a massive thing, because the truth is there is no difference between you and me. I just believed in myself a little bit more and I pushed myself a little bit more and allowed me to build something very successful. That is all, right? And that is what it comes to as well when you have to learn new skills. It's not like I'm afraid of something new coming. I'm like, yeah, I'm only in the business of X. What if I was in the business of X and Y? Could I do that? Yeah, I can do that. All right, you know what? I am going to do that. And just like that, you're doing a new service, you're doing a new product, signed a new partnership. The point is, the more you believe in yourself, the more you will grow, which means you got to push yourself in order to get there. Look, if you're someone that needs help with the business, all you got to do is click the link down below. You'll see a link, book a call with my team, and we can help you do just that. Look, my name is Shan. I make videos like this every single week. Make sure you hit subscribe, and I'll see you in the next video.